ladies and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The Kapaun Mt Carmel Athletics Program would like to welcome you to the 2020 Fall Fest. We are starting off with girls volleyball this afternoon. We will be watching the varsity team, the JV team, and the freshman C team as we go on through the afternoon. We've got a lot on tap for you today. We've got volleyball. We've got soccer. We don't have any soccer today. We have some freshman football. We also have some varsity football. We also have some POMI routines and a cheer routine for you this afternoon, and we'll get to that as we go on. All right, looks like we're ready to get underway here. We've got our first matchup. We've got the JV team versus the freshman team. The JV team is over here on your left. The viewing audience is left. We've got the C team or the freshman team over here on the right. I couldn't tell you who's home. They're both wearing blue, and here we go. To give you some rosters, we'll start off with the left side JV team. We've got number 5, Heather Dixon. She's a sophomore. We've got another sophomore, number 6, Natalie Feltz. We've got a freshman on the JV team, number 8, Lizzie Romer. We've got either number 9 or number 23. I think she's 23 right now. That's sophomore Mackenzie Amphone. We've got another sophomore, number 11, Catherine Lamb. Number 12 is Claire Weiner. We've got another sophomore, number 15, Amanda Wynn. We've also got another sophomore, number 17, Anna Richardson. We've also got junior, Sydney Lee. She's either number 18 or number 24. Right now, I can't tell you. We've got number 19. She's a sophomore, Megan White. And then we've got number 28, a junior, Casey White. That's the JV team for the 2020 season. Kapaun Girls JV Volleyball. We're going to wait a couple points before I give you the introductions for the freshman volleyball team. Got a lot of time to fill here. We do have checking in for the freshman team. We've got, I believe that is number 12, Lennon Fry. And we've also got checking in for the freshman team, number 6, Madeline Spalding. All right, I believe it is time for the roster introductions for the freshman team over here on your right. They're also in blue. Either number 0 or number 21. I believe she's in the pink shirt right now. That's Caitlin McIlvain. I believe is how you pronounce that. We've also got number 2, Macy Unrein. We've got number 5, Ariana Guzman. We've got number 6, who I previously mentioned, Madeline Spalding. We've got number 8, Ava Stevenson. We've also got number 12, Lennon Frey, who was already mentioned. We've got number 13, Kylie Rapp. We've got number 15, Emma Trevino. We've got number 16, Hannah Brown. Number 17 is Jocelyn Brown. We've got number 20, Jenna Goers. And then we got number 25, Annabelle Lynn. What a rally we have going on here, folks. Boom. That's Casey White with the spike or the kill, per se. We have no line judges, so we're going to assume that was in. Evan Dalian, our line judge, has called that ball in. That's a point for the freshman. Ava Stevenson to serve for the freshman team. Mackenzie Ann Phone with the kill there. Great job. Claire Wayner, number 12, has checked in for the JV team. Also among her duties this afternoon, Evan Dalian is our line judge. She's also our scorekeeper. Special thanks to her for all her hard work today. That's Anna Richardson serving for the JV team. That's a set by Ava Stevenson. That's a dig, I believe they call it, by Heather Dixon. Claire Wayner with the finish there. That's a point for the freshman team. Checking in for the freshman team, we've got number 20, Jenna Goers. I hope that pronunciation is correct. And we've got number 12, Lennon Fry, serving right now. That was fantastic, using the net to your advantage there. Natalie Feltz, dig by McIlvain. There's Casey White. I'm going to be real honest with you guys about, I'm not 100% sure on the rules of volleyball, but they're playing real hard, and I appreciate that. I'm going to assume that's a point for the JV. For those of you keeping score at home, we've got a score right now of 14-8. That is the JV up 14-8 currently. Don't know what are we going to 21? We're going to 15. This is game point, ladies and gentlemen. Huge save right there. Get no idea. Well, it may not be actually 15. I may have been mistaken. I'd like to retract that. We might just continue to keep going, although that last point was kind of controversial. We're not exactly sure who got the point for that. Here's last serve. We're going to assume this is game point. Here we go. Okay. Macy Unrein for the freshman. Sends it over. That's Heather Dixon. Oh! That was Annabelle Lynn with the block. I'm going to assume that's a block. Your final score, JV 16, freshman 9. It looks like our next matchup is the Kapaun JV team, who you just previously saw. They'll be on the left over here in blue. We're going to assume they're the away team. And then we've got the Kapaun varsity squad over here on the right in white. It looks like we're going to get right away and get going here. Fantastic. According to the scorekeeper, we're not actually playing to a legitimate score. We are playing to a time limit. That was a huge spike by somebody right there. I think it was Madeline Baxter. Goes by Maddie Baxter. Let's go through the varsity roster real quick as we've got some time here. Senior, number 1, we've got Amber Dixon. Junior, number 2, we've got Brianna Neese. Number 3 is a sophomore. Her name is Haley Sanders. Number 7 is the setter, I believe, and that's Haley Cahill. Also a senior, number 8, that's Elizabeth Hunt. Also a senior, number 9, Izzy Ferraro. JV with a huge point right there. Number 11, we've got a senior, Olivia Kilby. Number 13, we've also got another senior, Claire Prohaska. Number 14, we just had the huge spike earlier. That's number 14, Maddie Baxter. We've got number 15, a senior, Allie Nye. I believe that was Madeline Baxter again. And then number 32, we've got a senior, Mara Lichtig. Checking in for the seniors, number 15, we got Allie Nye. We've got Madeline Baxter back to serve here. That's a point for the varsity. We got 4-1 varsity. It's a set by Mackenzie Ampon. Oh no, it's a set by Sydney Lee, ladies and gentlemen. Another set by Sydney Lee, Casey White. That's a point for the JV. Huge. Heather Dixon back to serve for the JV. That's Izzy Ferraro with the dig. And I believe that was Allie Nye with the kill and the spike there. In for the varsity, we've got number 8, Elizabeth Hunt, and then we've also got number 13, Claire Prohaska. We've got Elizabeth Hunt serving right now for the varsity. That's a dig by Amanda Wynn. Our line judge has not made a call yet. It's going to be in. That's in, but they're giving the point to the JV, so we're going to assume it was out. Great call by Evan Dalian to call that one out. She also called that one out, and that's going to be a point for the varsity. Subbing in for the varsity, we've got number 3, Haley Sanders, and we've also got number 2, Brianna Neese, who's also serving. I'm not sure if it's like golf where you're not supposed to talk when you serve. If we're not supposed to, I apologize, Brianna. We've got a set by Elizabeth Hunt and a spike by Haley Sanders. That's a point for the varsity. Another serve by Brianna Neese. I talked during her serve again. Haley Sanders. It's a point for the varsity. If you're curious as to when the varsity will be playing their first match, that match is going to be a triangular at Andover Central on September 1st. That's September 1st at Andover Central. The triangular starts at 5 p.m. However, Kapaun plays roughly 6 p.m. They'll play the second and third matches of that triangular. That's at Andover Central. The JV team will play on that same date at Andover Central in a separate gym. If you're curious when the freshmen play, their first match is a duel versus Bishop Carroll. That's at Kapaun. That's at 6 p.m. on September 3rd. That's September 3rd, 6 p.m. That's a duel for the freshmen versus Carroll at Kapaun. We'll try and repeat those first starter dates for you as often as we can. That was a serve by Amanda Wynn. That's just an over using the net by Haley Sanders. Here's Claire Wayner. I think that's 4. I don't think you can use 4. Claire Wayner. That's a huge dig by Amber Dixon. Another huge save by Baxter. JV have a chance here. That's Claire Weiner. We're going to count that as a block. Our line judge has made a decision that's going to be an out. We'd like to send a shout out to our online viewers. Thank you for showing up and listening. We appreciate the support. We know that's the only way you can watch, so we appreciate you doing what you can. If you're curious about the score of the current match, it is 10-5 Varsity. Subbing in for the Varsity, that's number 32, Mara Lichtig. And serving, Haley Cahill with the jump serve. It's a set by Sydney Lee. We are counting that as out. We count that as out. Haley Cahill with another jump serve here. Oh, she took something off. Oh! She took something off that one. Took the JV team by surprise. Back with the jump serve. Haley Cahill. Oh! I think she's got some front spin on that makes it dive at the end. Couldn't tell you. Here's Claire Weiner. That's Amber Dixon. Oh! That's a point for the JV, hanging around. Back in for the JV, that's number 23. Mackenzie Ampon. We don't need the line judge for that one. That one is out. Subbing in for the Varsity, we've got number 11, Olivia Kilby. And then we've also got number 9, Izzy Ferraro, who's also serving. I'd like to apologize to Izzy for that one. I think that's a golf situation where you don't talk out loud during their serve, and I did apologize. Amanda Wynn back to serve. That's Olivia Kilby. To Haley Cahill. To Mara Lichtig. That was Amber Dixon. To Haley Cahill. To Maddie Baxter. Huge save by Amanda Wynn. Well done. Our line judge has called that one out. That'll be JV point. JV serve. I'll let you know in a second who's serving. That's Amanda Wynn. Olivia Kilby called that one out from the sound of it. Back in is Allie 9, number 15 for the Varsity. Maddie Baxter back to serve. That's the net. Amber Dixon back in. Heather Dixon back to serve. We've got a score right now of 15-9. The Varsity. JV hanging around. We're obviously not going to 15 anymore. That's Sydney Lee. That's Heather Dixon. This is Mackenzie Ampon. That's Sydney Lee. That's Heather Dixon. That's Mackenzie Ampon. We've got Mara Lichtig here. Heather with a nice dig there. We've got a lot of great hustle here. Fantastic rallying, fantastic back and forth. Ultimately, the JV scores and cuts the lead to 5. Haley Cahill, Amber Dixon. JV has a real opportunity here. Oh, great hustle by Izzy Ferraro. Olivia Kilby sends it deep. That's put back by Heather Dixon. Izzy Ferraro all over the court right now. A little hot for that one. That's a JV point right there. Oh. That was Lizzie Romer, ladies and gentlemen, with the block there. The score is 15-12, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 3-point game. Heather Dixon back to serve again. Really causing some problems for this varsity team. We're going to Casey White here. A little deep, a little deep. Claire Prohaska and Elizabeth Hunt back into the match. That's Elizabeth Hunt serving. Oh, that was an accidental touch by Olivia Kilby. That's a JV point right there. I imagine if she could have taken that one back, she probably would have. It's Allie Nye. Allie Nye taking over. The dig and the kill for Allie Nye right there. We had multiple substitutions. Haley Sanders and Brianna Neese serving. Casey White. Casey White again. Again, for those of you curious about when this varsity team starts off their season, that's September 1st. At Andover Central, that's a triangular at Andover Central. Kapaun will probably play at around 5 p.m. The triangular starts at 5, but Kapaun will probably play around 6. They play the second and third matches of that triangular. A little bit of a miscommunication there by the JV team, and the varsity scores a point. It's 20-13. Brianna Neese back to serve yet again. We've got a shoe tying situation here. Safety first. Looks like everything's okay. Brianna Neese. Great job by Amanda Wynn there. Here's Claire Weiner. Great dig by Amber Dixon. That's Claire Prohaska. That'll be a point for the varsity team. That's another point for the varsity. I believe they call, I don't know if they call that an ace, but I would assume that I think that's an ace. No verification on that. We are into the net, and that will be a JV point. We've got Amanda Wynn back to serve. In for the JV, we've got number 11, Catherine Lamb. Our line judge has called that one out. That'll be varsity point. Amber Dixon serving. We've got Claire Weiner sending it over. Good dig by Elizabeth Hunt. Here's Claire Prohaska sending it over. Heather Dixon cleaning that up. That's going to be a point for the varsity team. Here's Catherine Lamb. For those of you wondering at home what the score is, it's 25-14, varsity. There's Haley Sanders. Catherine Lamb lays out for that one. Great hustle by her. Here's Elizabeth Hunt. And Maddie Baxter finishes off that one. Apparently, there was some sort of net infraction And the serve goes to the JV. Don't have any specifics on that, folks, but there are some things you can do and there's some things you cannot do. That's Haley Sanders. Here's Catherine Lamb. Oh, Claire Wayner with the little tap there. Oh, that not Claire Wayner. That was Claire Prohaska. I apologize. Subbing in for the varsity, we've got number 32, Mara Lichtig, and number 7, Haley Cahill, who's serving. Jump serve, leaves it short. Great hustle by Amanda Wynn. That's a kill by Haley Sanders. The score is 27-15. I would be willing to bet you're not going to see that score all year long this year. I believe this is the only place that you will see a 27-15 score. You're welcome. That's another point for the varsity. Make that 28-15. I believe standard volleyball matches go to 25 and win by 2. So, no, you will not see a score of 28-15. You're welcome. Claire Wayner, great dig by Haley Cahill. Here's Haley Sanders. Sends it deep, but Heather Dixon's there. Catherine Lamb sending it. Amber Dixon responds. Here's Mara Lichtig. What a great battle by this JV team just to hang around. Oh my gosh. And Maddie Baxter finishes that off, although we had a great number of saves there. Heather Dixon and Amber Dixon just going back and forth. Save after save after save. Haley Sanders to serve. Not Haley Sanders, I apologize. It's Haley Cahill. That's Haley Sanders with the spike there. Claire Wayner sends it over. Sydney Lee. Heather with the set. Amber Dixon with the dig. Great dig by Sydney Lee. Back and forth we go, ladies and gentlemen. What a battle back and forth by the JV and varsity team. We eventually finished that off with a Haley Sanders kill, but with an incredible angle. It's like a 4-degree angle. Just a great precision there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. We're going to call the score. We're going to call this game at 32-17. That's a score you will not see all year. We will be moving outside, so give us a few minutes to reset. You may need to refresh your browser. You may not, depending on if it doesn't. If you have trouble getting back on, just refresh your browser. We should be able to fix the audio issue. When we join you again, we will be outside. Stick with us.
When I first started working here, I was the freshman coach for 2 years. And then I actually took some time off and coached at the collegiate level. I was an assistant coach at Friends, which is where I played. And then when this opportunity opened, it just seemed like the right time, the right fit. We definitely still were here every day, conditioning, lifting. The girls were putting in lots and lots of work. We did get an opportunity to come in the gym and play. Precautions obviously were taken, masks, cleaning, things like that. But we definitely did get to have most of our summer, actually maybe even a little bit more extended summer, just because there were no rules on like the summer moratorium or anything like that. So we got a lot of play in this summer. So for sure, whenever the girls are coming in and leaving the gym, we have masks on. Coaches have masks on at all times. Play is gonna help you in the long run. I do know that we put a lot of emphasis on games, on game-like situations. Everything can be game-like, so we're always prepared for anything that's gonna happen in a game.
Well, it's just people that you've played with since your freshman year, and so you already have like this chemistry, and it's really fun to play with them since you just have a bond that you've enhanced throughout your 4 years of playing together. We do have a mainly senior team, but then the people that are not seniors are younger, and they're pretty good too. This year, like every year, we want to go to state, and also we want to be first place in City League. And so those are our two main goals, but we also just want to play good volleyball and beat other teams that we normally beat, but beat them well and destroy them. And so that's one of our main goals too.
Just they're excited. The girls, all of them have told me that they're super excited. If we get to play, we're gonna play. We're gonna play hard.
We are so excited for this season. Our girls have put in just an excellent summer. We figured out yesterday that they ran almost 3,000 miles this summer collectively, so they are ready for some competitions. We've been working on putting some meets together over the last week or so, and we have almost a full schedule at this point. So very excited about the season and this group of girls and what they can do. We had some very consistent effort over the summer. We have about 16 girls, and we had really good attendance. We, followed all of our safety measures, wore our masks when we need to, and really working on social distancing. And that's pretty easy with cross country. We just have to stay apart. And we're outdoors all the time. So it was a really good summer. I think the most important thing and what we've really been trying to talk about is just taking it day by day and week by week. We learned last spring that nothing is a guarantee, that we're not guaranteed a season, but we want to put in the work and be ready to have a great season and to do what we can throughout that season. We have 2 girls on our team who have placed in the top 20 at state in past years, Addie Curtis and Lizzie Neatery. We had 3 girls qualify for state last year. And we were very close to a league championship last year, getting 3rd. So we are very hopeful. We have a lot of young talent and a lot of returning talent, and that's a recipe for success. We have 2 seniors, Mason Bina, Megan Baker. They both also qualified for state last year and placed pretty well in the top 50. And then we have Lizzie Neatery, who was injured last year but has placed at state before, so also a senior, very talented. And then we have some young girls coming up that we're really excited about and excited to see what they can do. Well, I will say that the last 2 years we've been recognized by the Kansas State High School Activities Association for high GPA. We have our collective GPA as a team is 3.5 or better, so we are recognized in the top category for that. Just have a really great group of girls. We love working with these girls because they're consistent and they're motivated and they work together, and so we were looking forward to a really fun season.
What I'm looking forward to on my second year is that, I have been around these kids at least a year now. I guess I was assisting the year before, but now that I've been around these kids for, I guess, a total of 2 years, I've bonded with them more. I know more about what they can handle. I'm more able to adapt my workouts towards what they need, and basically now that I know the individual more, they're going to get a more tailored workout, and it's just going to be more effective, I think, in that way. So we've got some kids rising. We did lose a good group of seniors: Reese Danachek, Isaiah Bartle, some great leadership with Thomas Elliott, Samsel, and Eric Matthews was great. But we're going to replace some of that leadership with some juniors that are going to become seniors: Eric Enriquez and Mark David, along with Brent Righteous, Thomas Lee. Some of those guys are they're budding as leaders. As far as athletically giftedness, we do have some juniors and sophomores that are getting more popular with the younger kids as well, but they're also improving athletically as well. So, I'm generally a higher mileage type of coach. So the kids they're running a lot of miles. A lot more miles than probably most of the schools around here. They are, for example, a regular day for us is going out and running 7 or 8 miles. It's a very standard day. We do a lot more longer intervals, so we'll do like 1,000 meters or mile repeats, things like that, which are generally harder than those 8-mile runs because you're running a lot faster. But yeah, we'll get some strength training on our own. We do plenty of ab sessions. They do a good job of hydrating. They do a good job of, having a good diet, good sleep and everything. So we just practice all of that kind of stuff. So the size of our team is about 20 guys. And man, we've grown in a lot of different ways. Every year, the great thing about running is you can see your improvement in times. So in terms of performance, it's easy to see growth. But every guy on our squad is going to be running faster than last year. I can gather that already. And we haven't had an official meet yet, but I can just tell you that that's going to happen. Even more importantly, perhaps more importantly, is growth in terms of leadership, growth in terms of character, and they've all done that. We still have work to do on both ends of that, but they've all grown. Like I said, better teammates, better leaders, and that's just what we want on this squad. So as far as the postseason goes, the Keisha wants to have a postseason cross-country regionals, a cross-country state. We don't know yet. The thing we're getting, besides that they want to have it, is that it's probably not going to be at the same site if they do have it. It will be split up into, for example, 5A and 6A are at not Rimrock. They're at a different location. Okay, and then besides that, besides it being a smaller meet, we're still waiting on directive as far as if spectators are going to be allowed. If they're going to have the meet, how many teams are going to be invited to the state meet or the regional meet. They might make it smaller, maybe less qualifiers, which is tough because it's already hard to qualify for state. But that's we don't know yet, and definitely if we don't even know the regular season completely yet, postseason is like it's like a figment of our imagination at this point. So. It's going to be good. We're getting better. We as far as cross country goes, man, it's a tough sport. Day in, day out, you're running. Running is hard, and like I said, Cape and cross country, we got some fireworks coming.
1, 2, 3.
Cape! So I grew up in Wichita dancing at a studio here in town that no longer exists. But then actually I moved to New York in about 2013, and I trained there in a professional program at Broadway Dance Center, and I joined a dance company. And then after I kind of was a bit over the New York scene, I came back here to Wichita, and I started teaching at a studio, and I've been doing that ever since. Virtual tryouts were uncharted territory for dance teams. It wasn't a ton of work. I guess the only extra work was setting up all the Google Sheets and forms and trying to get contact information and making sure I troubleshooting all of the video issues so that the girls had a streamlined system for uploading everything. That was the trickiest part. We have 3 new members this year. And other than that, we have 9 seniors this year. So that is actually the crazier part, other than losing 2 seniors, having 9 seniors, because they're the leaders of the team, and that's over half of our team is leaders. So trying to divide up the tasks and divide up so everyone feels like they're part of it and they're not being pushed to the side as a senior. So it's an interesting year. Yeah, so we didn't get to go to camp this year, which is very upsetting, but the company that we usually go to is called NDA, and they did a great job of sending their staff members out to different schools. So we hosted an NDA staff member here at Kapaun, and we were able to do our camp actually in the Kapaun Commons, and the NDA staff member brought all of the same camp aspects to us. So that was really great because we got to learn the same choreography and have the same team bonding, but in the comfort of our own school and less interaction with other teams, I guess, so a little safer. So this year, since it is so crazy and everything's up in the air, we don't know if we're going to get to have certain performances. We're trying to just get as many performance opportunities as we can, even if it's not in front of a big audience or if it's not live. Even if it's a live stream, we want to try and get in everything we can in case we lose out on some of the future opportunities. So we're actually thinking about having our senior night in the fall in case basketball, something goes wrong with that, since it is indoors in the winter. We're just I'm trying to encourage them and let them know that like we still get to do as many things as we can, but just to be prepared to roll with the punches.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. In a couple moments, we will give you the Pommies routine. The 2020 Pommies squad will be performing in just a few minutes. I'll say it. I believe we are currently watching. Right, yeah, I believe we are currently watching the freshman and the sophomore football teams. I couldn't tell you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now that time. Your 2020 Pommies performing a dance they learned at camp this year. And here we go.
Sunshine, I just caught me a whole case. I'm worried about mine. Time to shine. Oh my God, I see the way you shine. Ooh, I see you every night. And you're my eye, I like your style. So they say.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is your 2020 Palm squad. The KMC Palmies this year, their first performance will be at halftime of the October 2nd football game. I believe that is a home game at Stryker Soccer Complex. Again, that is October 2nd. It's the first Palmies. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, up next we have a preview for the golf team for you.
So this will be my second year as head coach, but I've been involved with the program for about 6 or 7 years now. So, you know, was lucky to be involved with 4 state titles during that, and that's what we'd like our kids to get back to. The tradition here at Kapaun Mt Carmel Golf is high. The standards are high, and these girls know that. And that's one of the goals they set out. They want to return to the state tournament to possibly win a state title, because that's just what we do. And these kids haven't experienced that, and it would be a great joy for them to be able to experience it. We lost one component from last year's team. We're returning 4 solid golfers from last year. We've got probably about 4 or 5 newcomers in, and the big difference is not golfer-wise, but it's, COVID-wise. How's the season going to look? Are we going to be able to play, number one? If we do, who are we going to be able to play against? With the City League coming down with this decision, we're still kind of waiting to hear, up in the air. Hopefully they let us go. If we get the golf, then we'll work hard and continue to do what we do here at Kapaun Mt Carmel, and hopefully we can make it to the state tournament, regardless of what that looks like. But I like the kids that we have. Well, it's one of those things. It's the old cliche. We can control what we can control. Until they tell us we're not golfing, we go out to practice. We adhere to protocol, distancing, mask, and all that. But we continue to work on the game itself, our putting, our chipping, let them go out and play. What do we need to do to course manage? Just keep pushing hard and trying to work through it, and whatever the outside forces decide, then we'll live with it. But we can control what we control right now, and right now that's just practicing as hard as we possibly can. They work hard. There's nothing that we really need to do to help them improve their game. They know what they need to do. They've worked all summer. Golfing is in their blood. They like to do it. So we're just going to continue to push them hard at practice and help them to course manage and, overcome any mental hurdles that they might have. And I think we'll be fine. I like their work ethic. I like their toughness. So I don't really think there's a lot we need to improve on as far as that. But I'm excited about the year. Honestly, I think we can get back to this state tournament, and like I said, with the kids we have returning, I think that we can get into the top 3 of state. Obviously, the goal is to win state, but you got to get back there first. So we've just got to, keep preparing, do what we do, and like I said, let outside forces, take care of what they need to take care of. We just need to handle our business on the course. I would really like for people to know how great of kids we have off the course. They are very focused in school. They are very school-oriented. They are nice kids, number one, and I really like the way that they handle themselves, they treat one another, the pride that they feel in their school, and I couldn't be prouder of the kids that we have.
Well, it was an opportunity to continue to coach, number one. Number two, Kapaun's always intrigued me. They have a great history, from the 60s, 70s, 80s, being a part of this community. I grew up on the east side of town. My brother played basketball here on 2 state championships in 1980 and 81. It's always been a job I thought, kind of like to see what I could do there. The job opened up, timing was perfect for me, and I was fortunate enough to get the job. Night and day. It's a lot different. A little more structure here. Rules are a little more stringent. don't have to worry as much about the little things here. Kids seem to be a little bit more motivated academically. You tell these guys to be here at 6:30 in the morning, they're here at 6:30. The responsibility level is really good. I love my guys at West, but there is a difference, no doubt. I think we're going to win a lot of games this year. Coach Adelhart left a lot of talent here, and I think we can win right off the bat. But, we got some things we got to work on. They need to learn how to win again. Going 2-7 last year, sometimes you kind of just, things keep going downhill. We need to learn to win again. We need to get tougher, physically tougher, and we need to get stronger in the weight room. I mean, we got guys playing on the offensive line that bench press 160 pounds. I mean, totally unacceptable. We've lost our way a little bit, and we got to find our way again. Getting Coach Rashad as a strength coach and, getting people to buy in is a big thing. But our mental toughness when I first got here in June was 0. And we're not there yet, but we're working on that. Once we can get our mental toughness and physical toughness, we'll be a good football program. We're going to have a winning season. That's the first thing I told them. We got to go out and have a winning season first, and then let the chips fall where they fall. They're capable of having a winning season. If they don't have a winning season, I'll be highly disappointed. Winning season, what I mean by that is obviously if we play 9 games going 5-4 at the least. Looking at our schedule, it's changed. We can play with those people. Week 1, we played Dodge City. I've coached against them almost 30 years, 30 times. We've had very good success against them. They're a great program. We're going to travel down there. Big time atmosphere, big time program. They were 11-1 last year, something like that. They lost 17 starters. When I was going to be at West, that was going to be our opener again. So they're nothing new to me. It's kind of a good draw for us. They're coached by Coach Foster's a wonderful coach. So we know each other. We're going to see who goes down and plays physical football and gets after it. Well, we tell them, when they're inside, they got to wear the mask. When they're outside of here, we try to social distance them. That's tough to do, to watch them all the time. We spray the footballs down. We spray their equipment. When they go inside, we have to spray their helmet, shoulder pads down. We do things like that. We follow the protocol and what everybody else is telling us and do a lot of praying. Well, we got some great coaches. The kids are wonderful here. All the athletes here have been very supportive. The parents have been supportive. Everybody's been supporting me. It's easy to support you when you haven't played a game yet. Hopefully we'll have the same type of support as we try to rebuild and bring back that tradition at Kapaun Mt. Carmel. They want to play. They lost that spring season, track and baseball and all that, and they don't want to lose football. And they're concentrating on trying to get back to normal. I don't know how normal this year is going to be. Obviously, with the new schedule, half here, half there, not having a lot of people in the stands. One of the great things about Kapaun is they have such great fan support and student support. I was really looking forward to having that, and we're not going to have that. But these kids want to play. It's you work your whole life for your senior year. They're ready to roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are currently watching the freshman football team versus, I believe, the JV football team. I believe the freshman football team is in white, and the JV football team is in blue. We're going to go through some of the rosters real quick to get you a better idea of the kids that are playing this year. However, I do not have numbers at my disposal, and I know they're not wearing the actual numbers they'll be wearing this season. So, as long as we know that going forward. So, the freshman football roster for the 2020 season, we've got Dominic Arwayas Jr., we've got Danny Bates, we've got Sam Bezdek, we've got Michael Berzer, Paul Bloomer, Landon Bowens, Hudson Cahill, Peter Catanese. We've got the twins Charles and Henry Chrisman. We got Chase DuPont. We've got Omari Elias. We've got James Farha. Pete Gann. We've got Dylan Hamilton. Brody Holovach. Travis Hubbard. John Knapp. Owen Knipp. We got Bryson Locke. Caleb Nye. Henry Orth. We got Brooks Powers. We got Jesus Rocha. We got Jacob Sokol. Aiden Spears. Nathan Stastny. Talon Thatch. Another set of twins, Nathan and William Thingval. And then also, to end it off, we've got Michael Wright. That's your freshman football team for the 2020 season for Cape Mount Carmel. We'll continue to watch them play for a little bit as we continue on. One thing I did forget to mention previously, for those of you that tuned in for the KMC Pommies routine, I've got a roster for you, and I'd like to kind of highlight some of those girls that are going to be participating in that this fall and really all year. All right, your 2020 KMC Pommies roster. We're going to start with the newest. We got 2 freshmen joining the squad this year. We've got Emily Geist and Hannah Lowe join the squad. The sophomores, we've got Maria Bollinger, Alba Davis. We've got Caroline Miller. We've got Brenna Woodward. And we've also got Ava Wynn. We do not have any juniors this year. The rest that I will be listing off are all seniors. So your senior Pommies for 2020, Cassidy Andrist, Megan Boating, Cameron Bradley, Julia Cummings, Madeline Dunn, Olivia Herlocker, Hadley Lowe, Chloe Schonifer, and Lily Zagula. That is your 2020 KMC Pommy roster. Again, their first performance will be October 2nd at halftime of that football game. That game will be at Stryker Soccer Complex here on the east side of Wichita. Just got done watching the freshman boys play football. Their first game this year will be September 2nd. That's September 2nd at 4 p.m. The Cape freshman football team will travel to Goddard, Kansas, and play the Lions of Goddard. Remember, that is September 2nd at 4 p.m. For those of you who are keeping tabs on when those guys will be playing. We will now wait for the varsity and the rest of the JV football team to warm up and get ready to play.
Well, I think we have some solid returning players. There's only 4 of them coming back this year. I think Ben Bombardier will be one of our best as far as what he does on the field and his leadership as well. And then we have a pretty solid junior class, and honestly, it's a lot of unknowns because we lost so much from last year. But based off what we've seen so far, I think Ben and David Arriaga is another one that we'll look for to help us out, at least attacking wise. And then just, again, a lot of unknowns that I say unknowns, guys that haven't proven themselves in a varsity game yet. Coach Turney did a good job. He jumped on getting us games pretty quickly right off the bat, and so we were able to get in a tournament to replace the one we lost out at May South, so that's 3 games. Then we already had a couple teams from the Arc Valley Chisholm Trail Leagues that we kept, and then from there it was just a matter of doing it earlier as soon as that decision was made, and we were lucky to get most of those games. I think we only have 3 that we haven't been able to replace. It's a challenge. We've been at it since June 1st, and the first couple weeks were easy because they're back doing things for the first time in a while, and you deal with the motivation side of things where they are working hard, and then they start to think, well, why are we working so hard if our season could possibly get thrown out the window, and that's been a challenge from the start, but it's just getting them to play. That's the fun part of it, and when they're out there playing and they're doing things well, I think that's, at this point, it's the best we can ask for. If there was one good thing with this whole situation, it's that personally, I realized how I took what I love for granted at times, and when it's taken away from you just like that, you realize, okay, this is something that means a lot to me, and I'm going to make sure I step it up a notch and do everything I can to make it the best possible experience. And whatever that is in their lives, whatever they decide to do after this, I just hope that they realize that it can always be taken away, and they should invest everything they possibly can into being as good as they possibly can at it. I will say this, I have been proud of how they've responded, and that goes for the girls too. I know they had their season completely taken away, so that's been tough, and I really have been proud of, for the most part, of how they've responded and been mature about the decisions, and kind of started to realize we got to focus on what we can control, and that's taking these precautions and going through the policies and procedures and protocols and all those things, and just worrying about what we have right now and today, and not worrying about what we can't control. And I think that's the one thing that has made me the most proud as far as being a coach this year.
He likes to make us focus on the little things and keep us goal oriented. So he told us just to focus on what we can control, because we can't really control the outcome of if we're not going to play or not. So we're just focusing on what we can control and looking forward.
I think it's just really, we're really, really grateful and fortunate that the diocese has continued to let us play. I know a lot of my USD 259 friends are just they're really bummed out. They're just really frustrated with how hard they've worked this summer, and just how they were looking forward to get back on the field. And I think it's really important that we at Kapaun just understand that this is so we could lose it like that in a minute, and we just need to be grateful for every single opportunity, every single practice, every single moment where we are on the field representing Kapaun, to be grateful for that opportunity, especially during these times. I'm just really excited to get back on the soccer field, finish off my 4 years here at Kapaun, and I'm looking really forward to our team this year. We got a lot of talent that not a lot of people know about, and I feel like we could shake some heads in the City League.
I think that a lot of people don't really know about the talent we have on our team with how few seniors we have, but just don't sleep on us because we're coming ready to play.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, we're going to have the cheerleading squad, the 2020 fall cheerleading squad that will be performing their routine in just a couple moments here. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2020 Kapaun Fall cheerleading team. Let me give you the roster of the cheer squad this year. We'll start with the freshmen. We've got Gabriella Aldrete. We've got the freshman Hannah Collins. We've got Isabel Rose, Sophie Swenson, Emma Tarantino, and Allison Thomas. Sophomores, as far as the sophomores go, we've got Isabel Conover, we've got Addie Curtis, Victoria Gutierrez, we've got Emerson Orm, Lauren Ryder, JC Taylor, Madeline Werney. And for the juniors, we've got Mia Bennett, Katie Frisch, Kylie Glover, Scarlett Rosendez, Paige Rocha, Maddie Sauer, and Zoe Smith. Your senior cheerleaders for fall 2020, Emily Burgart, Eden Hadley, Elizabeth Hyman, Lydia Held, Jacqueline Wynn, Madeline Rose, Ella Scott, and Jolie Spalding. The cheer coaches this year are Carla Burgart and Randy Creer. You will be able to see them at all the Kapaun football games this year. Thank you for their performance. We turn our attention to the varsity and JV football squads. These guys do not have their normal numbers on, not all of them, so I'll do my best as I can to tell you what's happening, who the ball is going to. That was Doug Bates with the touchdown run there. Gentlemen. That was a keeper by junior Kai Kuntz. Loss of a few yards there. We've got what appears to be the primarily varsity squad on the right in blue on defense. We got Kai Kuntz going deep here for Henry Thingvall. That's just a little bit out of bounds. Looks like we're switching to what appears to be the varsity offense over here on the blue. He'll take the ball here. Andrew Jamino at quarterback, number 4. He's taking it on a quarterback run. Looks like he gets a solid 10 yards there. Nice little cutback move. That's for the roster of the varsity team this year. And the JV and varsity team, it's not separated like that, but I'll give you both. Going to run through the varsity roster real quick here. The JV varsity roster for the 2020 football season. You've got, at number 1, you've got a senior. That's Tiger Jones. Number 2, you've also got a senior. That's number 2. That's Andrew Jamino. He's currently number 4 on the field right now. He's a quarterback for the blue team. Number 3, you've got a sophomore. That's Dominic Shibley. It's another quarterback keeper for Jamino there. Number 4, you've got a sophomore. That's Nathan Fury. Number 5, who I believe is number 8 right now, you've got a junior Will Doolittle. At number 6, you've got a senior George Trollia. At number 7, you've got a senior Doug Bates. Senior number 8, Keenan Wynn. And then a senior number 9, who is not number 9. I believe he's number 34 in blue here. That's Joe Ackerman. At number 10, we've got junior Isaac Schmitz, who's actually number 11, I believe. A senior number 11 for game time jerseys, that's Cole Huff. Senior number 12, that's safety, that's Ethan Stulzotz. Number 13, junior Kai Kuntz. Senior number 14, Reese Eberhardt. Junior number 15, John Paul Wren. A sophomore number 16, Preston Roberge. Number 20, a junior, Luke Porter. Number 21, a junior, Matthew Kempf. Number 22, a sophomore, Louis Trollia. Number 23, a junior, Henry Thingvall. A senior, number 24, that's Brandon Burr. A junior, number 25, Austin Ruda. A freshman, number 26, Omari Elias. Here's Jamino with a handoff to Ruda. takes it down the right side, gets bumped out of bounds by Cale Curtis and Brandon Burr. Number 27, a junior, Luke Mason. Number 30, a sophomore, Hayden Heiss. Number 31, a senior, Isaac Stevens. There's Jamino, a handoff up the middle to Ruda. He's stopped early by a few blue jerseys. I believe one of those is Braxton Powers. And whoever number 6 is, I believe that's George Trolia. Moving along down the roster, we've got a senior, number 33, Cale Curtis. Number 34, a sophomore, Bryson Hamilton. Here's Jamino rolling out left. His pass to, I believe, Isaac Schmitz on the left side is caught for a solid gain. As we wait for them to bring in the next play, we've got number 32, a sophomore, Klein Wynn. Here's a handoff to, I would love to be able to tell you who that is. That's Ruda again. Ruda up the right side, the middle right side for a yard or two. He gets stopped early. Here's Jamino out of the shotgun, throwing deep down the right side to Thingval. He's covered by Cale Curtis, can't seem to hold on. Moving down the line, we've got number 33. He's a senior, Cale Curtis. Well, I believe I actually already said, but we're just going to double up just because we love Cale. Number 35, a sophomore, J.D. Short. Number 36, a sophomore, Jake Beeler. And we'll pause as we jump back in on the action. Here's a short handoff to Isaac Schmitz up the left side for a few yards. Granted, audience, I'm guessing that that's Isaac Schmitz. I'm not 100%. Actually, I know that's not Isaac Schmitz because Isaac Schmitz is on the blue team. I'm going to try and figure out who number 11 for the white team is. It's a handoff to Ruda. Let me see if I can bring in an expert. Olivia Klein. Shotgun snap to Nathan Fury, who takes it himself. Looks like he's going to make it to the end zone on this one. As he's stumbling. Looks like he got in. We'll give it to him. It's a scrimmage. Moving down the roster, trying to make our way through, we've got number 42, a sophomore, Leo Deanda. We've also got a sophomore at 43. That's Grady Klein. At 44, we've got a senior, Jackson Powers. At number 51, we've got a junior, Thomas Seifert. At 52, we've got a senior, Braxton Powers. As a junior, we've got number 56, Jacob Werney. At number 64, we've got senior Nick Sokol. Also a senior, number 66, Cole McAuliffe. A junior at number 68, Ben Zludicki. Here's Fury taking out the shotgun. He gets what may have been a horse collar there, but I don't know if that's allowed, if you could grab the jersey or not. Maybe it's just the jersey. Maybe it's the jersey, the sole pads. All of it, they called it dead. And then we've got a new quarterback in. Here's Jamino. He's got, looks to be Cale Curtis in the backfield with him. He's got Tiger Jones on the right. Ethan Stuhlzotz on the left. He's going to Tiger Jones, who catches it and gains maybe 10 yards, maybe 13 yards. I can't tell. Looks like we're going to go quickly here. Same sort of setup. We've also got number 80 at tight end on the right side. That's Will Ancio. I think we have a tight end on the other side, too. That's 34. That's Joe Ackerman. Here's a keeper with Jamino, who gets maybe 1. We'll give him Young. Give him 1. Moving along the lines in the upper numbers, working on the offensive and the defensive lines generally in this number category. Jamino takes a snap. It's a handoff to Will Doolittle, who powers his way. He's taken down at about the 19, maybe the 18-yard line. Omari Elias in on the stop, along with a guy who has rolled up his jersey, so I don't know his number. 52. Here's Jamino. Option left. He's going to take it himself. He is a couple of cutback moves, gets taken down. I can't tell. I honestly couldn't tell you how far he made it, but it looked like he made at least a first down. Got a couple subs coming in here. Here's Nathan Fury taking down the right side. He gets dragged out again. You must be able to grab onto the back of the jersey there. Ladies and gentlemen, as we take a break with the football team here, we're going to go through the rest of the roster. Number 70, we've got a sophomore, Nick Hampel. 71, we've got another sophomore, Randy Tran. 72, we've got a junior, Johnny Jabara. At 73, we've got a sophomore, William Schlotterback. At 74, we've got a senior, Noah Redcorn. At 75, we've got a senior, Alex Rocha. At 77, we've got a junior, Logan Spacek. At 78, we've got a junior, Michael Seifert. At 79, we've got a senior, Sam Nichols. At 85, we've got a sophomore, Max Keller. And at 88, we've got a junior, Jonathan Duncan. That's your 2020 fall football, or obviously fall. Maybe not obvious these days. We got a fall 2020 Cape and football roster. The Crusaders are coached by Ryan Burr, Kyle Stevens, Brad Spicer, Luke Westerman, Aaron Geddes, Trent Hungate, Daryl Garner, Zach Pogue, Pat Jamino, Craig Schmitz, Cedric J., and Chris Bloomer. The head coach in his first year at Cape and Weston Schartz. As we move along, we'd like to comment on and talk about some of the programs that aren't involved at Fall Fest for one reason or another. So we'd like to talk a little bit about the boys soccer team. We'll run through the JV roster, then we'll run through the varsity roster and talk about when they'll be playing this year and some of the players involved in that team. For the JV roster, I'm going to run through these. We've got a freshman number 0, Rylan Murray. We've got a freshman number 1, Tommy Thompson. We've got a sophomore number 2, Gabe Grajada. We've got a freshman number 3, Cale Armstrong. We've got a freshman number 4, Skylar Martin. We've got a sophomore number 5, Braden Bina. We've got a sophomore number 6, Eli Fulgham. We've got a junior number 7, Jason Wynn. We've got a sophomore number 8, Nate Hesse. We've got a sophomore number 9, Harper Cox. We've got a freshman number 10, Brady Hoffman. We've got a junior number 11, Ann Tran. We've got a sophomore, number 12, Sean Diener. We've got a sophomore, number 14, Daniel Noel. We've got a freshman, number 15, Chinedu Okafor. We've got a sophomore, number 16, Caden Arzola. We've got a freshman, number 17, Jim Madden. We've got a freshman, number 18, Justice Cockram. We've got a freshman, number 19, Schaefer Rambo. We've got a freshman, number 20, Alex Kimball. We've got a senior, number 21, Damian Wilhelm. And we've got a sophomore, number 22, Angel Arriaga. The boys are coached by Zach Marshall, Michaela Maxwell, Tyler Maxwell, and Elliot Fulgham. Your head coach is Anthony Cantelli. For the boys varsity team, goes a little something like this. In a goalkeeper, a senior, number 00, Malik Googie. Defender, number 0, junior, Landon Burris. His twin brother, a midfielder, also a junior, obviously, number 1, Cooper Burris. In the midfield, we've got a junior, number 2, Leo Algie. Also in the midfield, we got a senior, number 3, Ian Murray. A freshman in the midfield, number 4, Landon Pfeiffer. A sophomore in midfield, number 5, Alex Trung. A junior midfielder, number 6, Sebastian Ruiz. A junior midfielder, number 7, Justin Brokaw. A freshman midfielder, number 8, Henry Algie. A freshman midfielder, number 9, Holden Schaefer. A junior forward, number 10, David Arriaga. A junior defender, number 11, Jack Adams. A senior midfielder, number 12, Ben Bombardier. A junior defender, number 13, Abraham Vargas. A junior midfielder, number 14, Ramses Balderas. A junior defender, number 16, Luke Wolf. A junior defender, number 15, Gavin Bargava. A sophomore defender, number 17, Luke Brock. A junior defender, number 18, Travis Doe. A junior defender, number 19, Jude Tran. A freshman midfielder, number 20, Julian Hernandez. A freshman forward, number 22, Ben Scognamillo. Junior forward, number 23, Colin Ingram. And a sophomore goalie, number 99, Brandon Loomis. Ladies and gentlemen, the boys soccer team will play their first match against Dodge City on September 1st. That's at 6:30. Again, the boys soccer team will play their first match on September 1st at Dodge City at 6:30 p.m. The JV boys will play at 5 p.m. before them. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this evening. Up next is the tennis video, and that will be the end of our presentation this evening. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for supporting Cape and Athletics. Tune in when it's available for any live streams that we've got throughout the year to check in on Cape and Athletics or check in at the KMC Twitter. That's at KMC Athletics. Thank you. We'll see you later.
Last year we had an excellent season with taking City League, regionals, and state. And this year we hope to do the same. We've got a great returning crew of our state champion runner-up, and one of our doubles teams that added to the state championship. We also have a new freshman on the squad who is come through really strong, and we've got several seniors that are really ready to, everybody's competing for that last spot on the team, so I think we're ready. They motivate themselves. Our players definitely motivate each other. They're very driven, they're very serious crew, they're very hard workers, and they work hard on building each other up. I mean, tennis is an individual sport, but it's also this, when you're playing for your high school, it's a team sport, so they're competing for themselves, like trying to get on the pecking order of this lineup, but then also they want to make sure that the whole team gets through at regionals, so they work hard to make each other better. One time's not enough. I mean, they want to repeat. They are so driven to do it again. I feel like now a lot of them have the attitude, we did it once. If we can't do it again this year, it's almost like, I think they think of it as a failure. So, and they aren't willing to fail. So it's really, I've got a great competitive group. We've had such great support from the Kapaun community, our parents. There's a huge number of girls out for tennis, and we always hear about the top 6, and they definitely give us the limelight to our team. But there's a lot of girls that are all pushing from behind, trying to get up the spot, and it's a really great thing, a great team to start with. So for the new year, it's a good group. I'm thrilled to have them.
Yeah, just to have fun with the team since it's my last season, and kind of with everything crazy going on, not to really not expect the worst, kind of just go with what I got and have fun with what I can compete in. And at least for me, when I think about things too much, expectations and pressure, it can get to me and make me tight, I guess. But if I just relax and have fun and just play my game, I think I'm fine. So I think being a part of a team and competing with a team and cheering on my teammates tennis is such an individual sport. Is when I go and travel and compete on my own, it's just me and my mom. I don't get to cheer on my friends, or I do, but they're competing, so it's just a whole different setting. I think we're just really in. Kapaun's just been such a great tennis and just school to be a part of, and it's made me feel they compete with everyone. And Kathy's such a great coach, so it's been a lot of fun.
We put a lot of hard work into the season, and it was rewarding. All of our hard work paid off. It was a difficult task for sure. There were some moments where we were down. Some difficult matches were played, and there was a lot to overcome, but it was definitely a gratifying experience.
Yeah. I'm excited to be back with our team. I'm excited to have everyone all in the same place again, and just to be able to play together, work hard together, win together, and also hopefully have a big support from our school. Just have everyone come out and watch.
I'm excited to try to find some team chemistry. I know we've got it. It's going to be a difficult task with social distancing and everything, because our team is putting a lot of emphasis on that to keep everybody healthy. So I'm just excited to stay healthy and grow together as a team and have a successful season again.
The best moments that I've had throughout all my years have been the bonding that we do off the court, because that makes when we cheer together, when we cheer each other on and play together, that makes it that much better and that much more real. So I look forward to those moments and to be able to share those small things again.
Obviously it's bittersweet, but I'm mostly excited just to have one last big shot, especially coming off pretty much the most successful season we could ask for and work for last season, to hopefully repeat that. Gabby and I actually walked over 500 miles during that time, because we wanted to use the chance to go on a pilgrimage throughout Wichita. And then outside of that, we did conditioning and practice for tennis. So
played a ton of tennis, worked on our handshakes for tennis.
Yes.
Okay. And then if we